Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey and today I am super excited because this is video number 2 in my new how-to series. I will have the series linked below every time I make one of these videos. My first one was for how to make a basic loop. And this video, as you can see here, is how to use crimping pliers. Now, one thing that I will say at the beginning of every single one of these how-to videos is that I am absolutely not a jewelry making expert. I am somebody who has a hobby that I absolutely love, that I've been doing for a very long time, and I have been enjoying sharing with all of you. So if you would like to see how I use crimping pliers, then stay tuned. Okay, so as you can see here, I have 2 different sizes, and I'll put it over the wood here so you can see it. I have 2 different sizes. So here is the size that is called Mighty, and here is the size that is called Standard. Deciding which pair that you need or that you might want, and for the record, these can come in other sizes besides these 2, and different brands and different models, but they are basically the same as far as the grips at the top. Now, deciding what size that you use will depend on the materials that you're using. As you can see here, I have 2 different sizes of crimp tubes. The larger one here, this size 3, would be with the Mighty crimping pliers, and this smaller one, this size 2, would be with the Standard size. So typically when I'm making jewelry, I use this standard size. So I'm going to set these aside for now. The method is the same. Now, some important things to consider when you're using crimping pliers. I have everything already in place here. You want to make sure if you're using it to start a strand like this or to start a bracelet, a necklace, anything, you want to make sure that the wires are not crossed underneath that crimp tube. You can crimp and you can use crimping pliers in many different points of jewelry making. The example that I'm showing is how to start a strand. So I have everything in place here with that crimp tube, and I'm going to go in with my crimping pliers into that second divot. You see right here, there's one divot, the smaller one here in the front, and the second divot is right here. It's just slightly larger. So I'm going to go into this second divot as the first one. If you see on the opposite side of that second divot, it's got a little point to it, as opposed to this one where both sides are the same thing, that same indentation. This size, which is the larger one on this side, down here again has that point. So it's going to give us a very unique shape. So I'm going to go into this second divot. Once I get it in place into that second divot, I'm going to smash those pliers. I'm going to give it a good smash, be a little bit aggressive. And then when you let it go, it should have that taco shape, that little indentation. And again, that indentation, of course, is from that point. So that looks good right there. Now, I'm going to turn it on its side, and now I'm going to go into that first divot. That first one that has the same indentation on both sides. So I have turned it on its side. I'm going to go into that first divot and then give it another smash. And you can see it closes it a little bit. This gets it pretty good, but I like to add one more step for security. So if you look at the end of your crimping pliers, there's a little flat part. So you have your 2 divots and then the flat part at the end. So I like to go back in for a third step. I take that flat part at the end while it's still on its side, and I go and I give it a third smash just with that flat part at the end. Smash it. And as you can see, that gets it very secure. So now that crimp tube is completely crimped using the standard size crimping pliers. And again, the same method is used with the other sizes. You just need to make sure you have the correct size parts, like crimp tubes, that matches the size of the tool that you're using. Because if I were to have these size parts and go in and crimp with this size crimping pliers, it would not come out correctly. It would not crimp this way to be secure. So you definitely need to make sure that you have the correct size tools to match what parts you are using. All right, so now this is securely crimped, so you can add a crimp cover if you like, or you can start adding beads. So I want to thank you for clicking on this second video in my how-to series for jewelry making. And again, this one is for crimping pliers. Biggest takeaway is using crimping pliers can absolutely make your jewelry very, very secure as long as you are using it the right way and using the correct size crimping pliers to match the parts that you are using. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind. And I greatly appreciate all the comments to the #1 video in this series and all of the wonderful suggestions for things that I can put in this how-to series. If you have any ideas or you want to add some comments to this one about things you would like to see me make a video on as far as how to do a particular technique or how to use a particular item, please add that to the comments as well. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.